StreamGeeks. Welcome to the Geek Den. We are live now on Facebook and YouTube after a little hiccup there, but we're here and that's all that matters, right? You streamers know that. Today's an exciting day for us. We've been on vacation, a little hiatus there, but we're back. We're ready to stream and we're ready to continue talking with you guys about live streaming. We've got some really cool updates coming up with our studio regarding lighting. But that got us thinking a little bit about the fact that we've never really dove too deep into our current lighting setup here at our very own studio. And today is going to be all about that. So stay tuned right after this.
All right. Hey guys, we are back. Welcome, welcome. Today we're talking all about lighting, and I'm really excited to dig into this with you. We decided to take a moment to show you our lighting because we're about to go through a huge lighting upgrade.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be over the top and ridiculous, but we're kind of over the top and ridiculous.
It's going to get a little crazy. We are talking about fog machines, PTZ lights, and a
Geysers.
whole lot more. A geyser, if you can imagine, Old Faithful in here. But Brian, let's shoot off our squares and tell everybody what we're talking about today. So we are talking about 3-point lighting before we get into the crazy stuff next week. 3-point lighting is a key, a fill, and a backlight. And what we've found is that 3 lights are usually not enough, especially if you have 2 people or more. You need 3-point lighting per person, and we'll show you how we achieve that here at our studio. We're going to be live streaming a music festival with all of these crazy lights this weekend, this Saturday, and you'll be able to see that at Pretty Good Festival on Facebook.
You know we'll be sharing that with you.
We'll be sharing it with you guys, and we'll be bringing all of that information back. It led us to try to understand something that's called DMX, which we'll talk about today on the show. There's our live streaming team from last year. Was that your first live stream test?
I think that was my first event, certainly.
Wow.
It's kind of fun to get us out of the studio where we talk about implementing these live streams and actually streaming an event, which is what a lot of our followers are doing.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And the next is we'll talk about color temperature. So color temperature can go from really warm to really cool and blue depending on how it works. And you're seeing the on-screen display menu for a PTZ optics camera, which is what we use in our studio, which you'll see today. And we will adjust the color temperature depending on the lighting temperature that we're using. What is DMX? DMX stands for, I forget now, but it's digital something.
Somebody will know in the chat. You know they
mix.
will. Getting some comments that Paul's a little low.
Oh, thank you. If you can just turn me up just a hair. I'll turn up my gain a little bit.
Are you on the focus right?
You should see it. You should see a little.
1, 2, 1, 2.
There we go.
So this should.
So there's 512 channels in DMX. It's called a DMX universe, and we'll talk about how that all works. DMX cables look a lot like XLR cables, except for the fact that there can be either 3 pins or 5 pins. And they don't have IP control. Well, they are working on IP control for lighting, and we're not going to get to that advanced yet, but that is kind of the future of everything. DMX controllers are available. This is the Obey 70, which we'll be taking out to our streaming festival, and this will actually be in our studio for use.
Where's your mic pack?
Right here.
It's on, right?
Yeah, it's on.
Because they're saying your mic is just being picked up by mine.
Test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no way. That's not true. All right, Brian, next square. I don't think that's true. All right, so DMX is set up in a daisy chain scenario. And the DMX King will
John is making a funny joke.
Oh my gosh. Well, you can share the comments.
Yes, I will.
The DMX King takes DMX and turns it into USB so that we can use it with our software, which we'll talk about today as well.
Here's my little part here. We have I'm excited about the streamer spotlight today. Thank you to Nick in the StreamGeeks user group for sharing this, which I like to call a perfect example of the type of content, an appropriate way to post your live streams into the user group. He did share his live stream in the user group, but accompanied it with a very detailed explanation of something that he was excited about testing with that live stream, which was his live view. Totally cool. We loved hearing about that, and then kind of being able to see your example of using the live view. Great example of what does go by the guidelines, but also allows you to share your stream, your content into the user group. So thanks for that, Nick.
All right, so now we are going to show you our lighting setup behind the scenes and show you what it takes to put this lighting system together. So we'll see you guys in just a minute. Hey guys, today we're talking all about our live streaming studio lighting, so let's go into the studio. Our intern Brian is working hard on a show that's coming up soon, all about Ableton Live and church live streaming with an automated system. You guys may have seen this. This is the whole tour. It's been a while, so I thought I'd show it to you. Management and brainstorming area, our small video production studio. We haven't been up there in a while. We should probably do a show there soon. Our talk show area. Tess, we need to do a talk show soon. Social media and makeup, green screen and production in here. And then let me take you into the main studio. This is my favorite light. I always like to have an antique light. It's got a Philips Hue in there. We don't have that set up right now.
Antique light
just
with
for
a
fun.
modern Philips Hue.
Here we go. So this is the kind of the main blasters, if you will, providing our side lighting. So depending on, you guys know this, we have two sets. So we have one set here, which is just open space right now, which I actually really like. And then we have our main kind of collaboration space. Now here we'll put, as you guys know, director chairs or maybe some couches / more fun furniture. And when we do that, this kind of becomes the central piece here. And we use this light as a backlight. But as we'll talk about in this presentation, we always try to do at least 3-point lighting. And it's not just 3-point lighting, but it's 3-point lighting per person. So sometimes we actually do bring in a light like this, which I won't bring it in right now, but sometimes we bring this in as a secondary light. So for example, we've got our 2 or maybe 3 left front lights, but the back lights are what's tricky. So sometimes we'll stick another backlight here to get a backlight for this person. We've got our backlight here for this person. And then this really I can just consider like decremental atmospheric lighting. And you can see this is the one kind of, let's call it the poor man's backlight. These are just on Amazon. These are actually meant to light houses, and they're not DMX controllable. So that's the one kind of thing where we might be getting away from. You guys may have seen these. You can actually choose the colors and everything. But anyway, so with our lighting, one of the things I really love, and this is something that I really love, it's called the Meking L600D. So instead of putting up a full grid system, which is really expensive and it takes up floor space, we actually bought these for about $30 each. You can see every single light we have is wall mounted. So we've got the wall mounts here, and they always hit a stud. Make sure you hit a stud with these because these are heavy and we pull on them a little bit when we rotate the cameras, but it's all off the floor. So we've got 1, 2, this we actually use on a desk just so that we can easily rotate it and get the tripod off the floor. You know, we're getting all the floor space we can get back. I might actually put this. Another one here, again, you can mount these either upward or downward or actually out to the side. So this provides our front light for the talent when it's standing here. We've got another one here, so the 2 corners of the room have backlights, and they're usually out of the shot. So they're high enough up that they're out of the shot. We could actually come outward even further, but just provides a nice backlight when Tess is standing here. She's got a front light, a backlight, and a side light. So 3-point lighting at all times. And then from the bottom, sometimes you may notice that we do have either a blue or a red shining up against the brick there. And that is a tour of our lighting. We wanted to do this tour because things are changing. We are getting a fog system. We are getting DJ lights. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about Dmx Control and how that works. So I'll take a light and show you the back of it in just a second here in more detail. But if you're doing a professional lighting system, you probably want to have DMX controllable lights so that you have some control, whether it's in the software or in the additional hardware joystick. Now, if we're speaking of lights, there is one more light I need to show you guys, and that is our tally light system. So these little tally lights here are, if you're using multiple cameras, are really important. They allow you to know which camera is on at any given time, so that those will turn red. So you can see we've got, really because all three of these cameras are so close together, we just have one notifying us of whether or not this camera's on or this camera, so Tess knows which camera to look at, or I know which camera to look at. And that just gives you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what our lighting system is here. We wanted to show it to you now because in just a couple weeks, the lighting is going to be enhanced. So we're going to have all of this lighting for our talent lighting, but we're also going to have what I would consider atmospheric kind of DJ style entertainment lighting as well. And we're going to be showing you guys how to integrate the controls of all of this lighting into systems like Ableton Live, DJ Show Express, and automate it into if you're streaming with like OBS or Vmix or Wirecast. So really cool stuff coming, but we wanted to show you this first in today's stream. Okay, so we are back, and I wanted to show you guys really quickly where you can find the details on all the lights we have, and including the mounts that I know some of you guys were looking at there. There is a link at the top of StreamGeeks.us called Our Studio. And sometimes it loads a little funny because we have this 360 degree tour of the studio. Thank you, Ryan Brenneman, for coming out and helping us with that. But if you click lights, you will see all of the links to all of the lights that we're using, including somewhere in there, I know, the mount, because that is such a cool mount. It saves us so much floor space and gets everything off the ground. You know, using tripods is just crazy, especially if you have a small space. So we'd love to know what you guys think in the chat. And then I quickly wanted to show kind of what the future of our studio is going to look like with you guys. Then we'll we'll do a little giveaway. And actually, Brian,
Trivia.
And we got trivia. And if you have any questions, we have a camera. Obviously, we can look at anything in this studio in more detail.
So right now we have 6 mounted lights. Yes. What are we adding?
So right now we have 6 lights that you guys probably saw. Brian, maybe you could show them with the ceiling camera. But we've got 6 lights, but none of them are controlled via DMX. So none of them
I'm looking forward to them.
Are easy to control. We've turned them on ourselves. We can't really set up scenes and different things. So everything is going to be connected to a DMX controller, which, Brian, let's just put the telestrator on layer 4. Oh, it should be on layer 4. Let me just check something here. There it is. Boom. All right. So this DMX controller here is connected in a daisy chain fashion. So, and someone said in the chat what DMX stands for.
Oh, they did?
Digital multiplex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who was that? Jonathan, I think. Thank you very much. So, and then we just go in and out from one to the next. So they always daisy chain from one to the next. Now, this reminds me of the old serial camera days. Rudy, thank you. When you would go in and out of the 8-pin mini-DIN serial, they have moved to IP for control, and it's something that we're going to look at. But since we're actually going out and doing like a live music festival, I'm just not ready to jump to IP. I don't even fully understand the way this works yet. So I'm not ready to fully jump into IP, but that is the serial control way. And this controller, by the way, looks huge and expensive. It was only like $100. And then I just want to show the next slide I have here is the same design, but a little different. Instead of taking the DMX directly into a controller, they have these interface boxes, very much like a frame grabber, that takes DMX to USB and then allows you to interface with software and control things with your smartphone.
Very cool. So you'll have the intensity and the CCT controls all through your cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So the way DMX works just a little bit is that like this DMX PTZ light or PT light, pan tilt light, moving robotic light, it doesn't have zoom, it just pan and tilt. It might have 16 channels of DMX control. So each fader on this might be one channel of DMX. So that fader might be turning up just blue. And the next fader might be turning up, just, let me use a smaller one here. So just blue, just red, just green, just pan, just tilt. So each channel of DMX. So for example, like the LED lights might only have 2 channels. They might have up and down for intensity and then up and down for color.
Okay.
And that's it. So it depends. We have to test all this, show it to you guys. But having control, and then at the top here, I should show a bigger picture of this. These are scenes. So we might have scene
Love
1
that.
be this on, PTZ lights move.
Yeah, if you have multiple sets in one studio, it's perfect for
Oh
that.
my gosh, yeah.
Depending
It's going
on
to
where
be
you're
really
sitting.
great. And then these PTZ lights might be incorporated with a fog machine, so who knows? But that's where we're headed. We just wanted to show you where we are today because we do a really good job with 3-point lighting. And if there's any questions, we can answer them in the chat. Otherwise, we can go over to our Twitch channel.
Everybody's loving the
giveaway.
mounts, of course.
Yeah, those mounts are great. Now, they are a little expensive. I think they might be like $30 each. I got a lot of them. In fact, those mounts are they're built for lights. So I'm jerry rigging a new kind of cool DJ lights because these DJ lights here, these mount with clamps. So they're meant to clamp to trusses. So it's possible that they may work with these mounts with a bar system. So we'll see. I think I might, because I don't want to put all that trussing everywhere, but that's what these are really built for. So I may end up not getting the trusses, and I may end up wall mounting a bar and clamp mounting things to it. That's sort of what it's looking like.
Giant shower curtain.
We will
Rod.
fill you guys in. It'll be show after show on lighting this summer. And of course, live streaming music festival.
Yeah, and we're going to go out hard because we're getting all types of special effect.
Oh my
gear.
gosh. And we got to show one more thing. Brian, can you show this with maybe something with the ceiling cam maybe? Or I don't know. How could we just cut to our close-up, our main cam. Cut to our main cam. The one with both of us. All right, here we go. I'm going to show this.
Here, let me help you take the social layer off.
Look at that.
You probably have that on.
It's focused on me.
There it is. It's on layer 1.
That
Nice
right
thing.
there is called a gobo. And that fits inside of the DJ light and shines it onto a giant wall. That's where we're at, Brian. You can go ahead and switch to Twitch. We'll see you guys on our Twitch channel shortly for a giveaway, follow-up questions, and everything else.
Don't forget, we're going over to play trivia for a chance to spin the wheel for today's giveaway on Twitch. Twitch.tv/SGeeks. I'll put it in the chat. Thanks for hanging with us today, guys.
All right, good job. All right, so.
That means that extra.